Another episode of Shooting the Shit. You know, if you're in England, the boot of your car is the trunk, but if you're in Canada, the boots on your car are your tires. So yeah, you know what's funny is there'd be some confusion there, and he's some Canadian in England got a shovel and they're like, put it in the boot, and he's sitting there stabbing all the tires with the shovel. He's like, which one? There's 4. And like in England, your bird is your woman, your bird. But in Canada, it means male genitalia. So I guess that holding another man's bird in your hands is there's a huge difference in between the United Kingdom and Canada. In one place, you're grabbing the guy's old lady. In the other place, you're grabbing the guy. if you like to, if you're a musician or touring through Canada, don't be asking to hold another man's bird, you stupid Englishman. I'm not even going to do the other jokes I have because they're a little bit too offensive. Alright, well, I met this guy one time. I'll do him anyway. I met this guy one time, and he told me, I like my women like I like my cars. I like my women like I like my cars. And I asked him, what do you mean by that? And he said, newer models that haven't been ridden too hard, with a clean interior. And I said, does that mean you like younger girls? You said newer models. Does that mean that they're models? He's like, well, they don't have to be models. And then I said something else to him I can't remember, and he said, I like my sex like I like my evacuations. Then he said it again, I like my sex like I like my evacuations. I said, what's that mean? And he proceeded to say, women and children first. Makes me seem a lot less creepy when I don't say that as myself. It's just a joke. But sometimes I said it myself, like when I say it's someone else saying it, makes it sound a little bit better. It's still highly disturbing. Got one of these new e-cigarette things. I thought my battery was gone dead completely. I'm going to turn this comedy into an e-cigarette review. This one works too. Pretty well, in fact. Anyway, let's talk about the government shutdown, because technically this is the show Shooting the Shit. It's not a comedy show, but has elements of that. First off, all the Republican congressmen are idiots, but also Obamacare, or the Affordable Care Act, AKA, is also one of the stupidest things I've ever heard of. Hasn't anyone ever heard of Medicaid, or Medicare, or the Hippocratic Oath? Government healthcare already existed. He's like, I'm gonna do it again. I mean, his intentions might have been right, but same thing with the gun laws. I mean, what about all of the Arabs that are running the gas stations? I mean, sure, most of them probably are just normal citizens, maybe Indians even, normal individuals. But even if just a handful of them decided, hey, we got massive amounts of explosive fuel, and we have complete control over it because you have to pay at the pump now. Let's just go out here and blow up half a dozen city blocks. Well, if enough of them were in cahoots, you could have something worse than a nuclear bomb going off. There's gas stations everywhere, and like almost all of them other than MAPCO are run by what I'm presuming are Arabs. If just a small percentage of those gas stations start blowing up for some reason because there's some sort of Al-Qaeda or some other terrorist organization related, just blowing up stuff. See, I turned it from comedy, from an e-cig review, into warning you about some sort of terrorist threat. I'm not saying that's happening, but what if it is? You never know. And I guess that's the end of this episode. 6:21. Probably count a little bit more than that, because I'm still talking about ending the episode.